What's up, everybody? Mark with Coffee and Toys here, bringing you another G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. I gotta tell you, it's been a while since we've done one of these. I've actually had a couple figures I've just been sitting on. I haven't had a chance to actually review them. And I was like, yeah, I need to get around to reviewing some of these figures. So here we are today, another review. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Mark. I'm with Coffee and Toys. I review action figures, both vintage and modern. As far as modern goes, it could be anything from G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, wrestling, pretty much anything I grew up with that they have out today. And, you know, hits that nostalgia button for me. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. And today on the channel, we will be reviewing one of the latest releases. I don't think it's a Target exclusive. It's not, but it's been all over my Targets, and I told myself specifically, I'm not going to pick up this figure unless I see it in stores, and I did, and even reluctantly I picked up this figure, and I'm going to tell you more about it as we get in. But today's video, I will be reviewing and unboxing G.I. Joe Classified Series number 118, Metalhead. Let's talk about it. Okay, now before we get into the review, we do need to talk about coffee. Coffeebrandcoffee.com has all the coffees you would want. They have light roast, medium roast, dark roast, double caffeinated, flavored. You name it, they probably have something that you will enjoy. And if you use my promo code Coffee&Toys, that's COFFEENTOYS, you'll save yourself 5% on your first order or your 100th order. So check them out. That's coffeebrandcoffee.com. It's where I picked up this really cool hat and this really nice vacuum sealing coffee mug. So today's coffee actually is their medium roast. That is roast number 3 on their site. This is from the K-Cup because I just am lazy and I throw a K-Cup in, push the button, and boom, I've got some great coffee. But yeah, save yourself 5%, use that discount code, or use the affiliate link down below this video. That being said, when it comes to Metalhead, I do not like Metalhead. He's just a character. When I first saw him, one of my friends had him when I was a kid, when we would play with G.I. Joes together, and I just thought he was ridiculous. I did not think he was cool whatsoever. He was equally dumb in the Deke version of the G.I. Joe cartoon. But that being said, I did own the second version of Metalhead, which for some reason, I thought that one was a lot cooler looking, even though he didn't have all the fun accessories that came with the original one. But that all being said, Metalhead is just one that's never resonated with me. He seemed like an idiot. He was part of the Iron Grenadiers. And to me, the Iron Grenadiers, at least because I read about them in the comics, they were always like, they were Destro's team. They were elite. They weren't dummies like the ones on Cobra. I mean, and yet this rock and roller, which I like rock and roll, don't get me wrong, both the music and the character. But this guy was just so dense. And I was like, how is he part of Destro's team? I don't understand. So I told myself when it came to the classified version, I was not going to pick this character up unless I just saw him out in the wild. And sure enough, I went to my local Target and he was there. He was, in my opinion, peg warming. I mean, he was 5 deep. I went to another Target. They also had 4 or 5 of him as well. And I just was not interested in buying this character at all. But I said, what the hell? I'll stick true to my word and I'll buy it because there it is. And so, yeah, maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. It does look really nice compared to the vintage version. It looks like they've got a lot of cool updates for this character. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the figure and the packaging. I'm going to unbox it. Then we're going to talk about some more. I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like. We're going to accessorize it. And then I'll kind of give you my final thoughts on whether or not this figure was worth the pickup. That being said, let's hop on over and let's check out Metalhead of the G.I. Joe Classified Series. All right, here we have it. We have G.I. Joe Classified Series, Iron Grenadiers, Cobra Metalhead, which is, it's interesting. They're kind of like combining Cobra and the Iron Grenadiers together, but to me, they're a separate faction. But that being said, you can see this is in the windowed packaging that has returned, so that's very good, and we're getting used to it again before they change the packaging up on us again, which is happening in the semi-near future, from what I understand. But yeah, we have that wonderful artwork on the side, and this is considered a deluxe figure. You can tell it's kind of an oversized package, ages 4+. And yeah, let's just take a look at Metalhead. He's looking, I mean, lots of stuff in this package, lots of stuff going on. Spinning him around to the side, we do see he is number 118 in the series, and we do get his, whatever we want to call this, his iconography down here at the lower part. And I'll make sure to throw that on the screen so that you can see exactly what those what those icons actually mean. Once again, a useless QR code. Hasbro, come on, make this go directly to that. It's not that hard. But I harp on that every video. Spinning it around to the back, you can see we also have the iconography down at the bottom. But we do get this really cool blast effect going on. And just kind of looking at this, I'm trying to remember what this Easter egg, so to speak, in the background is with the train. It looks like we got maybe Nagahide standing up on there. I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's either Nagahide or another Dreadnought. Let's see if I can zoom in and we can try to guess together who that is. Looks like Nagahide, but I suppose it could be one of the other Dreadnoughts. But yeah, you can see he's got his arms for his missile launcher sticking off his back. He's got his glasses. And you can see if we just zoom in over here a little bit, we do see that he has that Destro's logo there. You can see the back of his backpack. Surprisingly, they didn't put a glamour shot on the back of him wearing that cool helmet he comes with. But as we know, he is number 118 in the series. And spinning it around to the final side, we do get the very nice artwork. And I do like this artwork. It looks very nice. I like that they're keeping it consistent. I do like that they have the cold slither printed on his chest piece there on the front, which is actually going to be on the figure as well. So that being said, that's the package. Let's get him out of the package and see what this figure is really all about. Okay, we have Metalhead out of the package, and man, first of all, getting him out of the package, the missiles are a pain in the rear. So just if you get this figure, you're thinking about getting this figure, it's very difficult to get the missiles out of the package because they are actually connected to those plumes. It's a good thing that the plastic is so soft because I had to bend each missile and each plume to get them out of the package, which is kind of annoying. But it is what it is. As far as the figure goes, he looks great. First thing I noticed on mine is a very loose neck. This neck is very loose. It's not terrible, but it is a little more loose than I'd like it to be. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you get one that just the QC is not as great on. But as far as looks, I like the look of him. I like the look on his face, and we'll just start from the top and we'll move our way down. So he does come with a couple different hair options, and we'll get into those in a minute. But I do look like this look. He doesn't, for lack of a better term, he doesn't look like an idiot. And I know that's terrible to say, but I like this grimacing look on his face. I love the tattooed tear on the eye. I love that they put this Cold Slither logo on there, and you can see how many times he's taken out, you know, a Joe or a Joe vehicle. I like the scrape designs on it to make it look like it's been weathered. He does have this little, I think that's a communicator, but I'm not sure. You can drop a comment. Let me know what you think it is. I like the Destro logo in gold. Makes me very happy to see that. And just kind of from the looks of it, it's not an entirely new mold. These arms have been reused a number of times with Joes. These are those little zip-ups they use. The molded chest piece, or the vest, is new, obviously. I'm not sure about the belt. The legs have been used 1,000 times. Boots, not sure if the boots are new or if they've been used before, but a lot of reuse on this character. Obviously, this web gear on the legs is new. And of course, he has your standard G.I. Joe articulation. You know, nothing too surprising there, but you can see that head just kind of shakes a little bit more than I would like it to. Spinning it around to the back, we can see this really cool design on the vest for the back. I do enjoy that. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun figure overall, just from a design standpoint. I do like it a lot. But as I'm always keen to say, there is more to Metalhead than just the figure itself. So we will get into, let's start with his basic weapons. So he does come with a knife, black handle, silver blade. Not a big surprise there. You can see it goes right there on the vest. He does come with a small rifle, and it does have a removable clip. Now, this is the same rifle I think we've seen with the twins and a couple other characters. Nothing new here. And then this weapon, a little larger assault rifle with a grenade launcher attachment. And I guess I should have said on the other one and this one, it does have an opening on the end so that you can have that blast effect on the top and the bottom if you choose to. And it also has a removable clip as well. Very gummy, the weapons. We know that's kind of a thing for safety reasons. You can see mine's got a little bit of when I pulled it out, it really bent. But thankfully it's rubbery enough that it does stay together without breaking, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But there you go. So those are the basic weapons he comes with. And then he has his backpack. So here's the backpack, and I have it separated so you can kind of see how these, they come both attached in the package. And when I pulled it out, one of them popped off, and I was like, well, I'll just leave it off. But it's nice. It's got a nice hinge up here and down here. You can push it down a little more, make it better. You can see, you know, it's going to give you a lot of maneuverability. And of course, I'll just go ahead and show you how the other one plugs on. Very simple, he says, and then probably won't be able to get it on there. There we go. There. So there you go. You have the entire backpack right there. As you can see, it'll just plug into his back, and then he's got his upper missile launchers for his backpack, and I think that's very nicely done. Not too much color to it, just black with a little bit of silver highlights. And then he also has his lower leg missile launchers, and they just plug onto those leg pins on the side, as you can see. If I can get him to stand up without falling over. There we go. And yeah, so there they are. And then they do have these two, we got two cords that attach to them. So as you can see, let's see, we should be able to plug it in right. Well, where did they plug in at? Well, am I blind? I don't see where they plug in. I guess I'll figure it out whenever I'm putting them together. But we do get two of those. And from what I remember, they do plug into his legs. I'm just not noticing it right at the moment. Or maybe they plug into his back. I don't know. And then finally, he comes with, well, I guess not finally. He does come with, well, let's do this first. We'll do the hair. So we do have his classic look with the goggles. And I guess I should show you real quick. Here's the figure. And much like Shipwreck, Lady J, some of those characters that have the removable hair, Zorana, you know, it just looks like this. So you're not going to be having this guy walking around bald because it just looks absolutely horrible like this. But I get why it's like that. It's so that everything can fit on there nice and snug. And of course, if you put this on, it looks so much better. And it fits on nicely. It's not going to come off unless you seriously, like this hair is staying on. So as you can see, it looks a lot better like that. And he does come with another, if you choose not to use this version of him, you can pull this off, maybe, if I can. I'm saying it's on there really well. He does come with this crazy helmet that is absolutely bonkers. But I do like that one as well. It's kind of a fun alternate helmet if you really want to get him into the heat of battle. He could be wearing this thing, and it's absolutely crazy. Probably won't use it for my display purposes, but it is really cool. There's a lot of detail into it, so it's very nice. But yeah, so those are the different versions that go on him. I'm going to put back this version because that's kind of what I always think of when I think of Metalhead. So yeah, let's put him back there. And there we go. Zoom back out. And then finally, he does come with all the missiles that go into his rocket pack. This is the smallest one. There's 4 of those. And then there's 2 larger missiles, about twice the length, about double in size. 2 of those, and then we get some various plumes of smoke and fire. So we get this one, we get one that's a little bit larger, and then we get a very, I'll say the medium, small, medium, and large versions of the plumes. And yeah, that's pretty much all that comes with him. So let's get him accessorized, and then I'll kind of give you my final thoughts on the figure. Okay, so I got Metalhead all accessorized, geared up. And overall, fun figure. Do enjoy it. Minor gripes. So let's just get into the gripes because I think they're worth talking about if you are on the fence about buying this figure. So first of all, there you can see where the actual, and here comes one of my gripes right here. You can see how the wires go in. They plug in. There's a little hole in between these two that they go into. But for whatever reason, this particular one, this side plugs in just fine. But this side, for whatever reason, doesn't want to have a firm attach. Now, maybe I just have a QC issue again, but I cannot... Well, now it just fell completely off. I cannot get mine to attach very well inside. Wow. Okay, there's my other issues going on. You know what? Forget it. Not going to bother because that's enough to annoy me. So it wouldn't attach very well in there. The next issue is if you're not using the plumes, these missiles do not, they just kind of set in here. They're not, they don't stay. So, and you know what? Normally that probably wouldn't bother people, but whenever we have other characters like Bazooka or one of the Cobra Python Patrol troopers, I think came with a bazooka or a rocket launcher as well, and you see how well those rockets fit in to their housing, it makes me disappointed to see that these are not large enough to, they're small enough to fit in there, but I feel like if it would just been a little bit bigger, they would have fit in there perfectly and not have fallen out. But I mean, that bothers me a great deal. But with the plumes, they look great. I mean, the plumes are wide enough, they fit right in, and so they look really, really nice otherwise. And again, like this right here, this cable fits in perfectly. This one's nice and snug. And I don't know, you know, I tried putting it in the same way on both of them. Maybe if I do it backwards, it'll fit better. I don't know. It feels like the end of this cable is just not quite as, see, it doesn't really work as well. It doesn't fit. So that's unfortunate. Moving on, you can see my next issue with the ones up here is that the plumes are, with the plumes and missile, it's just too heavy for unless you put it in a really weird position. I guess if you leave it like that, it'll stay. Another thing is the character becomes the figure becomes very back heavy. And so it just wants to constantly fall over. And again, that wiggly head just does not, man, I really wish he'd stand up. There we go. So as you can see, I mean, it looks nice, but again, the same issue. These plumes make it where these things are very delicate, and you know they're just gonna. If you want them to hold a certain position, you know, maybe you get lucky like I am right now, and they hold still perfectly. It's doing a little better now, so maybe I shouldn't gripe as much. I like the way it looks, but the same thing. If I take out the plume, and what's even more disappointing in this case, if I take out the plume, these missiles can't set in here. At all. And again, I have to wonder, you know, what the design on this one, because if you're going to make it where it's funny, if you're going to make it where the lower missile launchers can house the rockets, then why not make these where they can house the rockets before they're fired? But no, in this case, you have to leave the plume in with the missile. Otherwise, you're just going to be walking around with a metal head that has nothing loaded in the upper missile chambers. But I do like the way it looks. I mean, it looks really cool. If I saw this guy on the battlefield, I'd be like, okay, this guy's absolutely crazy. And of course, you know, and you can turn these around, you can pivot them, but there's just a couple things about it that I just don't particularly care for. But, you know, what are my overall thoughts on this figure as I attempt to stand him up again? And I'll make sure to throw up a video of him with his other accessories and maybe with the gear off and just his weapons. But what do I think of this figure overall? I like it. It's $35 retail. If you can hold out, I would suggest holding out unless you just really want to add your first Iron Grenadier to your collection. But $35 is a great price for this figure as a deluxe. I think that's a fair price for a deluxe figure. You do get a lot with this guy. You get a few extra accessories. You get the additional hairpiece, the additional helmet. Those things make it, in my opinion, worth that price. But I don't think, you know, maybe I have a little bit of buyer's remorse for this one myself because I wasn't really wanting it, and I probably should have waited until it went on clearance. Like I said, my local Targets, at least 2 of them have 4 or 5 just sitting there readily available. So this guy is not getting snatched up. If you can get this guy under 30 bucks, I say definitely do it. If you just love Metalhead or you love the Iron Grenadiers, go ahead and pick him up now. But that pretty much wraps up the review. If you've made it this far with me, please like this video. Drop me a comment below. Let me know, did you pick up Metalhead? Are you going to pick up Metalhead? What are your thoughts on this figure? Yeah, I mean, thanks for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Otherwise, I'm Mark. You've been watching Coffee with Toys, and I will see you later.